Hello, everybody. What's up? What's going on? And welcome to the 78th episode of Raptors in One. Oh, man. This, I am so beyond frustrated. I, I, I don't even have words to describe how I feel right now, with the recent play of the Raptors. And I get it. According to the analytics, we have the third toughest schedule in the NBA till the end of the season. And I gotta say, this road trip that we've had, yes, it didn't start off well and especially in the game against Denver, it was a heartbreaker. It was tough. Calls were tough. You can, you can. The officiating is definitely off. It is weird. It is shady. But that's been the Raptors' narrative since, I don't know, since the Raptors came into existence, really. Especially even back in the DeMar Kyle days, the referees have always been questionable. And you can see that about almost any game in the NBA. Every side will at some point in time say the officiating is shady, and there are certain officials who do have it out for certain teams and certain players. However, if you're going to be playing games and you're playing for something, you got to be playing basically to your strengths. You got to be playing your game, and if you want to make it to the play-in tournament at this point, you got to be laser focused. You got to have laser sharp focus, especially on the road. And every professional team, professional coach, professional players, they will always preach this, that whenever you're on the road, you have to have laser sharp focus, which means lesser turnovers, lesser mental lapses. You cannot afford too many mental lapses, too many turnovers. You can't afford that, because then now you're digging yourself a bigger hole to dig out of. I truly believe this Raptors team is a very talented team. Right now, I feel like they're being discouraged by the officiating. I can tell that. I can see it. I know they want to do better. They want to win games, but at the same time, that if you are mentally crippled, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you put in that effort, you try to stay focused, it just doesn't happen. It's got to start with the mental. And I think this team needs to decide, do we need to make the play-in tournament, or are we just hoping for a good, a draft placing in the next draft? I don't know. I think they really need to take a step back. I know it's a little late in the game to take step backs at this point, but you don't have any other options. You need to decide now. It's now or never. Do you want to make it to the play-in tournament, or do you want to have a better seeding in the draft? I honestly think they're in a unique position where they can make it to the play-in tournament, and if they decide, hey, you know what? No, we want to go with the draft placing, maybe get like a good top 10 first round draft pick, get into the play-in tournament, you can still get it. You can. Just bomb the play-in tournament. Just don't make it beyond the play-in tournament. As big of a fan as I am of the Raptors, and as much as I love this team, because I honestly have to, and I've mentioned this before in my previous episodes, if you haven't done that already, I suggest you go ahead, check out my channel. I have all this content, again, for your viewing pleasure, and if you like it, no pressure, hit that subscribe button, join the Raptors in One family. You're more than welcome to do that. And of course, don't mind showing me some love, give it a little thumbs up, and check out and hit the comment section. But like I've already mentioned in my previous episodes, and I do agree with Masai 100%, the players on this team are individually talented. The problem, and sometimes they even show flashes of being a very good team that works well together. I feel the setback and what's holding this team back from success is consistency. Number one, in my opinion, the most important thing is consistency. When I say consistency, you have to be consistent with playing team-oriented basketball. So I know Nurse has been preaching this since he became the head coach, maybe even before becoming the head coach, but definitely since he became the head coach, it was all about team basketball. Whoever has the best shot takes the shot. Always go for the best shot. A sure thing, right? Second thing that's holding this team back, which I'm very surprised by, because I feel like this team is a very good defensive team. As a matter of fact, it probably is still one of the good defensive teams. The problem is they need to be consistent even on the defensive side of the game. They need to have defensive IQ. Like it's one thing to be a good defensive team, but if you have those mental lapses in those crucial moments, that's when you know you're not a good defensive team, regardless of what the stats say. You have to be able to close it off. You have to be able to execute in those close games. We have lost a lot of games because of those close games. Most of our games were decided because they were that close. So we need closers. 100% we definitely need closers. And I believe, a championship team has to have good defense, laser sharp focus, take care of the ball. The offense, even the best championship team, even take the Chicago Bulls, they were not always offensively efficient. They weren't. But they always figured it out. And of course, they had amazing closers who are Hall of Famers. In our case, if you want to be close, you want to be good closers, you want to have that laser sharp focus, just go back to the 2019 championship. Now you might be thinking, well, the 2019 championship team had Serge Ibaka, had Marc Gasol, and of course, Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Yes, I agree with you 100%. They had all those players. I'm not even saying you need to necessarily emulate that team. I think we're very close to emulating that team. We are missing a Kawhi. That's the biggest thing. But to make it to the play-in tournament, you don't need a Kawhi at this point. And even in the 2019 championship run, in the season, we had more success without Kawhi than with. Why can't we do that now? So, the last game that we just had against LA, honestly, even though it was a road game, I thought it should have been a win. I definitely was expecting it to be a win, just because if you don't have a LeBron playing, you don't have, and Anthony Davis, the kind of game he had, this should have been a win. I don't care if D'Angelo Russell is back or not. I'm not saying that he wasn't one of the factors, because he definitely was, for the Lakers to win, but our bench, my goodness, where were they? Nobody came to show up. Nobody showed up on the bench. It was all starters. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm very disappointed in the bench for this game. This was a must-win game. Now, we're that much closer to being out of the play-in tournament than we were in. The only players that actually played well, and from what I saw, again, it was Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes, my goodness. His bag of tricks, he definitely dug in deep in there, that's for sure. And this is the scary part about it. Now, this is just maybe me, my conspiracy mind coming to life here. But I feel like when Scotty's doing the things that he was doing in the last game, there could be two messages that could be taken from that. A, the management and the coaching staff want to invest more into Scotty, want to let him play more of his game, which is nice, which is great. And when we see that when you loosen up the reins a little bit for Scotty, he can really flourish. That's amazing. But on the other hand, at this part of the season, when you're doing that, it's almost sending a message out that, hey, we're not going to make the play-in tournament, but we're going to work towards developing the young possible superstar in the future by giving him a little more free reign. And that's a little concerning to me. OG, my goodness, he had an amazing game. Like, he balled, man. And Jakob Poeltl, I think Jakob Poeltl, ever since we picked him up, he's been the only consistent Raptor. He's the only one who seems like he's actually trying. Like he wants, you can tell he wants to be there, and I have no problems that, like, I have no worries about us signing him back on because I think both sides want it at this point. And I think he will be a shoe-in to sign on with the Raptors. Now, maybe he's trying to play in for a bigger payday. I don't know. It's possible, but hey, he's a professional. If he wants that bag, let him work for it. All the power to him. And he seems like he's definitely earning his bag for the next season. Pascal had a rough night. Freddie, my goodness. I think our main problem here, as much as he's had some decent games in this tough stretch, I think it all starts with him and it all ends with him. And if he needs to be there mentally, he has to have that Mamba mentality. Like, no matter what happens, no matter how the game is against you, whether it's your own teammates not performing to your expectations, whether it's the officiating, whether it's the coaching, whether it's whatever the case may be, it's even the things that affect you outside of the game. When you come on that court, you have to block everything out. If you want to be that leader, that's what you got to do. Easier said than done. 100% I agree. But you're a vet now. You're getting paid millions of dollars to do that. And I know at the end of the day, humans are going to make mistakes, and that is fine. But when you hold yourself to that high of a standard, something's got to give. Gary Trent, man, I can't even call him, he wasn't even a walking bucket no more. He didn't even score a point. He had a very rough game. I mean, wow, they really clamped him down. It was a tough game. You can tell in that game, LA is playing for something. I thought Raptors were playing for something too. Clearly, it's not the play-in tournament spot, that's for sure. Maybe they're playing for that draft position. I don't know. You, ladies and gents, you tell me. You hit the comment section, tell me what's going on. Maybe y'all have a better idea than I do. So that's all I got for today, folks. Again, I get it. You know, it's been a very frustrating, this is me just venting. Okay. Hopefully we turn things around. We make it to the play-in tournament. Yeah. You know, and again, this is a reminder, that play-in tournament, just making it into the play-in tournament, you need to have that dog in you. And just as a reminder, if you like the content, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to check out more of my content, you can check out my channel, hit that subscribe button, and hit the comment section. But, of course, keep it respectful. Opinions are opinions at the end of the day. Until next time, hopefully on a winning note, I'm out.